Today's learning target is, I can use clues in a story to figure out something that isn't stated by making an inference. Why hello friend, it's me, Inspector Wyatt, solver of all classroom crimes, and I got a doozy for you. Last night I put out some yummy cupcakes and I went for a walk. It was a wonderful walk. But when I returned, my cupcakes were gone. I found the wrappers, I found the crumbs, but I didn't find the cupcakes. So I went to ask my sons if they knew what had happened. One of my sons just stared at me. My other son stared at the ceiling, what? I would have to figure this out, so I got out my notebook and started writing down what I knew. It is always important to know what we know, isn't it? What? I wrote down about the missing cupcakes. I wrote down about the frosting I found on the counter. I even wrote down that there were crumbs on the floor all the way down the hallway. And there were crumbs on the face of one of my sons, and frosting on the other son's face. And did I mention that there was frosting and crumbs on both of their hands? Well, I wrote that down too. My list was getting mighty big, but I decided to go ahead and write down that there were guilty looks on the faces of these boys. But there was no frosting on the face of my cute dog Bella. Finally, I had my notes down on paper, and I had to think. Who would do such a thing? Who would steal my cupcakes while I was on a walk? What had happened? I say, old chap, what do you think happened? What? You think my sons ate the cupcakes? You can't just accuse someone of something like that without evidence? What is your evidence? Oh, I see. You say they have crumbs and frosting on their face and hands? That is evidence. You are right. You have come to a conclusion. As we all know, a conclusion is a judgment or a decision reached by thinking about the evidence. So now I shall ask my sons if they ate the cupcakes. Yo, sons, did you eat my cupcakes? What? You did? Oh, and Mom said it was okay? Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed them. Mystery solved. I guess looking for clues and making inferences really does work. But what does this have to do with reading, you ask? Well, I am not a reading teacher, so let me pass this over to your real teacher for clarification. And I say, good job on solving the mystery, and have a good day, old chaps. What? Thank you, Inspector Wyatt. I can totally show them how this is related to reading. We all know that reading is thinking, right? Reading is thinking. When we read, we are looking for clues. People who write stories love to hide things in what they write. So it's our job as a reader to think about what is being said. Let me give you an example. One day, a mother decided to give her son a new food. He smelled it, he licked it, then he took a really small bite, and then he made a yucky face and refused to eat any more. Here's what we know. He tried the food. He made a bad face. So what can we conclude? What inference can we make? It seems that we can conclude that the boy does not like the new food. There, you see? Super easy. We made our first inference. Here's another one to try. Susie is at a friend's house. She played games and had chocolate cake and ice cream. Then she watched as her friend opened some gifts. What do you know? Did you notice that she was doing things that might happen at a party? Like games, and cake, and gifts? What conclusion did you make? Did you make the inference that Susie was at a birthday party? If so, that seems to be the right inference. So when you're reading, you need to always be looking for these clues to make conclusions. And sometimes your first conclusions are incorrect, so the more clues you get from the reading, the better you will understand what is going on in the story. It's now time for you to practice. So remember our learning target. I can use clues in a story to figure out something that isn't stated by making an inference. Good luck and have a wonderful day. What?